Yo, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and today we have some Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War information, I guess is what we're going to be calling it from now on, because this is the rumored title coming straight from Charlie Intel. And if it comes from Charlie Intel, you know it's very, very reliable. It means it's like 90% likely. Of course, not confirmed. It's still a rumor. It might not happen, but it is the best title we can go with for now. And I want to talk about my opinions in the title, talk about a couple other details, possibly hinting at the trailer release date being on Friday, so we'll get into that. But the title is being rumored to be called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like the title. I don't, it's simple as that. But people are making way too big of a deal out of it because they're saying terrible, like they're making a big deal out of a title, right? Saying they hope it changes and all that type of stuff. And honestly, the title is the last thing I care about when it comes to a Call of Duty game. Like, yeah, I don't really like the title. It doesn't sound like it fits good for a COD game. It sounds a little bit too long. It should be like shortened, maybe just titled just Call of Duty Cold War. Or I don't want Black Ops, but maybe Black Ops Vietnam would work as well. But then again, clearly this game isn't just going to be Vietnam. It's also going to be the rest of the Cold War, not just specifically Vietnam. Therefore, Vietnam wouldn't make as much sense. But I do think there's a lot of other titles I could possibly come up with. I get why they're doing this title, because in terms of marketing, it makes total sense. But of course, it doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely as other titles. But the reason why I don't really care is because it's just a freaking title. You can call it whatever the hell you want. You can call this game Black Ops. You can call it Black Ops 5. You can call it Call of Duty Cold War. It doesn't make a difference. We all know what you're talking about. We all know what we're talking about. That's the only reason it really affects anything is when we're talking to people about the game. That's the only time the title actually makes a difference when it comes to the consumer. When it comes to marketing and sales, that's when the title is most important. They're not going to call it Call of Duty some random thing we never heard before, because those games never sell as well. It's going to sell better if it has Black Ops in the title or Modern Warfare in the title. It makes sense. And then the Cold War portion lets people know it's not that futuristic stuff that you guys seem to have hated the past couple years. No, we're going back to the Cold War. And you might be like, oh, well, people should know that already just by seeing the trailer. Not everyone watches the trailers. There's a lot of casuals who just go to GameStop just to see the new games, and they're like, oh, look, a new Call of Duty game. Oh, it's called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Awesome. And they're going to purchase it. That's just how it works. Now, the reason why they're not just naming it Black Ops is because we already have a Call of Duty Black Ops. Modern Warfare was a different thing because we didn't have a Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The original COD 4 was just called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, not Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So this rebooted title worked and it made sense, but Black Ops wouldn't make sense because the original Black Ops was just called Call of Duty Black Ops. So of course it also says here that the game is set in the Cold War connected to the Black Ops world. So we already knew this stuff. We've known this for months. I mean, TGR's leaks, let's be real here, they're never really that wrong, to be honest. A lot of them are usually correct 95% of the time if it comes from his reliable sources, of course. But what I also want to talk about today, not just the title, which, like I said, I don't really give a shit. It's just a title. People act like the title is actually going to affect the gameplay at all, and it doesn't. They can call it Call of Duty Poo-Poo Warfare. It wouldn't make a difference. It would not. They can just make the gameplay however they want. It can still be a great game even if it has a shitty title. So titles, people need to stop overreacting about a title. But I want to talk about why I think this game will be revealed on May 22nd. Now, this comes from, I didn't get this idea myself, Revived Gamer posted this over on his Twitter, go check him out. He says here, look, there's three things here that kind of hint towards it, right? So first of all, we're getting teasers already, so we already know it's probably going to be this week. Let's be real here. It started with yesterday, the Black Ops celebration trailer type thing, which made complete sense, but one little snippet of it was this little clip where it had just a 4. Now, this could mean absolutely jack shit, and it honestly could. I'm sure it probably doesn't mean jack shit, but this isn't the only thing that kind of makes me lead to believe that we're going to get some sort of a reveal trailer on Friday, right? So the 4, what would that signify? 4 days later, I guess, because Monday, you add 4 days to that, it goes to Friday, right? You know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, what really makes me feel like this could be a perfect day for a reveal, not only that we're already getting teasers leading up to Friday, but also May 22nd, which is Friday, is the unofficial start of the Cold War. So it's not like the official day. It's not like World War II where it was like official war. It's not as easy as that. It's not an easy declaration of war type of a deal, but this is the best day to kind of signify as it being the start of the Cold War. because if it had a formal beginning, this day makes the most sense because this is the day that President Truman signed a law, which was the Truman Doctrine. Now, that's kind of what started it, but it's not the official start. You know what I mean? There really is no official start to the Cold War because the Cold War was not even an official war. It wasn't. It was more of a military conflict that lasted like 40 years or so. So I do think that's an interesting start for it. I mean, they probably looked it over, like, oh, let's do it on a day that historically makes sense. And boom, there you go. That historically makes sense. Also, it's not too far into June. It's just in May. It's also before Modern Warfare Season 4, but they're also allowing this new Warzone update that just came out today to tease the game because there's all these little hints within Modern Warfare's new update that's hinting towards Black Ops. It's literally all adding up, man. It's gonna be this week, and if it's not, then I don't know. I literally said after it wasn't last week, I said I was gonna give up on guessing, but I really do have a strong feeling it's going to be this Friday. We're gonna get probably one little teaser a day. Maybe there'll be some things in Warzone. Maybe there'll be a couple other little tidbits here and there. Maybe we'll get a couple more rumors or something. But I think the full-on shwabang will be Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time like they usually do. And Fridays make sense because that's usually when they like to do things now. I mean, it used to be Tuesdays was the big day for all the trailers and stuff, but then they started moving over to Thursdays. And now I feel like Friday is their like main day. That's when they love to do stuff because Fridays they know people are usually chilling at home. You know, they're usually like getting excited for the weekend and they need something to pump them up even more, and a goddamn trailer is gonna get them pumped for the damn weekend. So I can definitely see this trailer being honestly on Friday. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too, and I'll see you on my next one. Peace out.